Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, if we're in a different place, is because you guys are in my bedroom. I'm going to be sharing with you how I do my everyday mom, stay-at-home mom, work from home mom, homemaker mom makeup look. And so this is something that I do pretty much every single day, just so that at least I am fresh-faced and ready to tackle the day, be it if it's taking care of things around the house, running errands, taking my daughter to do certain different things. And so we're gonna go ahead and jump right in and share with you what I do for my everyday makeup look. Now, full disclosure, I am by no means a makeup artist. However, I do enjoy makeup and I enjoy beauty on a budget as well. And so hopefully this will inspire you if you are an everyday average mom, that you can also look put together as far as your makeup goes, be able to take care of your skin and look good when you're walking out the door without feeling so frumpy, because I know that could be a major issue sometimes when you are a stay-at-home mom. One thing for me is that even if I'm staying at home, I still like to put makeup on just because it does help me look put together. Put my makeup on and get dressed for the day, just as if anybody would get up and get dressed and ready to go to work. My home is just my office, and that's just how I view it. Now, one of the first things that I actually do before even starting my makeup is that I like to prep my face. And one of those things that I like to do is use a serum. And I don't know all the details as far as like what specific details of high-end makeup versus low-end makeup and skincare. I just know what kind of works for me. I am 40 years old, and what I am doing is somewhat working, even though it's not the high end. Just pretty much use every day a collagen-based serum on my face, and I use this one right now. It don't necessarily have a one that I'm specifically attached to, but I'm using this one here. It's Medix 5.5, and this one actually I got it from TJ Maxx, and it's working just fine. I make sure that I use this every day, and I use the serum in the evening time as well after I wash my face every day. So I just use a little bit of that. And then whatever, for some reason, if you didn't know by now, that any type of facial skincare, if you have any excess, just rub it on the back ends of your hands, just because that's gonna, obviously, your hands get so much exposure. So if you have serum left over, I always rub the leftover serum in my hands, any leftover creams in my hands, just so that it could also maintain good hand care as well. I like to utilize a vitamin C to go into my face. So as soon as all of that serum is absorbed into my skin, I have been using right now the new Yes to Grapefruit Brightening for Dull and Uneven Skin Glow Enhancing Vitamin C Booster. Now, I don't necessarily have dull skin, I feel, but if I can use a little bit of boosting to my skin, then I definitely am all for that. And this is definitely a drugstore. And I also go and like to put it down my neck as well, as far as it'll go. And if I am looking off to the side, it's because I also have a mirror that I'm looking into. As far as the eyes goes, this is a high-end product, and I actually love this. I was going through a bad eye situation last year, and my husband went over to Sephora and ended up getting this product, and I just love how my eyes feel when I actually add this to the under eyes for hydration. It is the Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. Now, this is somewhat pricey, but all you need is a tiny bit, and I thought that for this little packaging, I thought this was not gonna last, and it's gonna be almost a full year that I've had this. The eye cream, just a teeny tiny bit underneath the eyes, and I just kind of, in a patting motion, put it up underneath my eyes. And as soon as you put this in your eyes, you're definitely gonna feel how your eyes are actually absorbing this, and it feels amazing. Hopefully video won't take too long, and if it does, I hope you're drinking a cup of coffee or sipping on some tea, as you do. I kind of like how this has been working for me. Again, it's Collagen Moisturizer. This is the Equate brand, and I believe this is comparable to, I believe, the L'Oreal brand. So I just go with the more affordable brand as well. They're similar ingredients. So fingers. I do have a combo skin. I'm really lucky that even at 40 years of age, my face is not feeling super dry. I'm only somewhat oily in my T-zone. I still worry about moisturizing every single day. You kind of want to mention, because if you're seeing me, obviously, you're going to notice that one under eye is darker than the other one. And it's not that anybody punched me. It's that I have prominent veins that kind of run in my family. My prominent vein is specifically underneath my eye. I don't know if you can tell right there. So it kind of looks like I have a black eye. So that's just my main issue, to definitely make sure that I cover that up as much as I could. Use my eyebrows. I've been using lately the e.l.f. pomade. Use a stiff angle brush like this. I usually just kind of grab a little bit from the pot. There in the pan, I'll go ahead and grab a little bit of the shadow and then flatten it on each side so it's perfectly flat as much as possible. Tricks that I do like to use is that after I do the initial carving, it's never going to be perfect. Now, after I kind of trace out the look of what I want somewhat my eyes to look like, my eyebrows, I use a concealer to continue to kind of do a little template and be able to clean up your lines before I like to filament and cleaning up your eyebrows, which is the Hard Candy Glamouflage. It is super thick, so you need just a tiny little bit. And I just use a flat, don't mind that it's kind of dirty right now, but I'm using it, it's reality. So it's a flat one. And this little brush, I actually got it from my BoxyCharm a few months ago. And I really love it to carve out my eyebrows. Once I have the concealer around my eyes, it kind of just maps out my eyebrows. And this is just, again, something that I do. And any leftover concealer that I might have in the brush, I actually use that, kind of use the excess of it. Which is kind of like a concealer brush that is stiff on the top to kind of blend in the concealer that I have mapped out throughout or around my eyebrow. You will see that I'm laying at the edge of my nose to the end of my eyes just to make sure that the tail of my eyebrows are not exceeding. This will help to not give you the image of droopy eyes. I used to curve them really low, but I stopped doing that because it was just drooping my eyes a lot more. And the older you are, the more your skin is, you know, it's just nature that it's going to start sagging, and I don't want that look, obviously. And with hooded eyes, it is more prominent, so I want it to have a lifted look. So I try to go as straight, smaller arch as possible versus a big arch going down. I wish I had the ability like all these beauty gurus that can do their eyebrows looking all bushy and perfect, even though they have none. I wish I could do that. Hey guys, if you notice that we are different, it's because we are. It is a different day, and when I went in to look at the footage that I was recording, it was gone. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up from where we left off. And so I have been doing my eyebrows how I normally do it. I'm gonna be doing next is that I'm going to moisturize my lips. I'm gonna use this from Bath & Body, the Co Bigelow Vanilla Supreme right there. Hydrate my lips as I am doing the rest of the face, and then it's time to prime the face. So I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, adding it to my cheeks, my nose, my forehead, and my chin area where pores are more prominent. Since the eyes were already primed with the Glamouflage concealer, I'm now going in with a Pretty Vulgar loose powder in Matte About It and just adding it to the eyelids of my eyes. Next, we're going to go in with this BU Naturally Tarte palette, which is perfect. It has a combination of matte and shimmer colors in it, and it smells delicious. I'm using a flat shader brush, and I'm going in with the color Tropical in the brow bone area. Fluffy brush like this, I'm going in with the color Earthy, which is a neutral color, very similar to my skin tone, and I'm using this as a transitional color on my eyelids. I just like to drag the excess color onto the lower lash as a transitional color as well. Going in with a Luxie 209 brush that I also got from BoxyCharm, I am going in with the color Explorer. I am tapping that color on my eyelids and dragging the excess to my lower lashes, and then I'm also going in a shading motion, left and right wiper motion, to blend that towards my crease area. Once that color is blended, I'm going in with the same color Explorer with another fluffy brush that is a little bit smaller and bringing that up to the upper area of my crease. Because I do have hooded eyes, I usually like to bring that color a little bit higher so that it can give my eyes special dimension. Then I transition back to the larger fluffy brush to continue to blend, and blend. Transitioning to that Luxie brush again, I'm going to go back to that color Explorer, tapping motions to my eyelids to make sure that the color has not blended and it is to my liking. To line my eyes, I'm going in with the Jordana Easy Liner for Eyes in the color Eggplant. Using a small smudger brush that I also got in the BoxyCharm, I'm going in with the color Daybreak to smudge that liner into my lash line. Using the excess to define my lower lash line. I'm going to go line my lower lash with a Magnetic Luminous Eye Color Nude Stick in Copper Foil. Then from there, I'm going to use my eyelash curler. You're going to see that I am pumping the eyelash and going in upwards position to curl my eyelash. As a mascara, I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara to finish off the eyelashes. I'm so ready to cover up these blue veins, dark under eyes. So I'm going in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect in number 2, light to medium. I'm using the salmony color just to color correct and cover up those blue veins and dark circles. I don't use foundation every single day, but I do like to use a BB cream. Here I'm using the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh in Sheer Tint, and because I am a little more tan, it is summertime, I like to put in a little dab of the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation in Warm Beige. I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Light. I add a small tiny bit of concealer under my eyes, on my chin, my upper lip, a stripe in the center of my nose, and in the center of my forehead. I'm using a concealer brush to blend all of the concealer that I have in those areas. Now, the reason why I'm using a little tiny bit of concealer in my under eyes is because the older you get, the more prominent lines and wrinkles you get around your eyes. So you want to add a little bit of concealer because you don't want those wrinkles to be more prominent. You want to cover them up as much as possible. Going in with the Pretty Vulgar loose powder in Mad About It, I'm going to set that concealer under my eyes, on my chin, my upper lip, the center of my nose, and in my forehead. I'm using the Cover FX palette that I got from my BoxyCharm. I'm using the color Silhouette to contour the hollows of my cheeks. I'm going to blend this up in my temples, my forehead, and my jawline. Then you'll see that I'm using a fluffy brush and putting a little bit under my lips and contouring the nose area. I've heard great reviews on this Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Transforming Powder. I believe it is now discontinued. I'm not completely sure, but I did get this on clearance. It is in the color Pure Beige. It was a little bit darker, but guess what? I'm using this as a bronzer and I absolutely love it. This video is not by all means sponsored by BoxyCharm, but I am going in with the Alamar Cosmetics Colorete Blush Trio that I got from the box, and I'm using the color Isla to add to my cheekbones. Using the R&L Moda powder brush and the Cover FX Stellar Finishing Powder to powder up the high points of my face. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Wet n Wild Mega. This one's an oldie but a goodie. This is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in Golden Flower Crown that I'm going to be highlighting my cheekbones and adding a little bit of that highlighter to my upper lip and the center of my nose. And because I'm not using eyelashes today, I am going and recurling my eyelashes to give that lifted and opened eye look. Just because you have a neutral makeup look doesn't mean it has to be boring. I'm going to go and use this Appeal liquid eyeshadow in rose gold to line my lower lash line. To finally set my eyebrows, I like to use the Telescopic Shocking Extensions Mascara by L'Oreal. Then finally, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with the Clean Color Lip Liner Pencil in the color Toast that you can get from Shop Monsieur. Then for my lips, I'm using the Diamond Lip Gloss from AOA in the color Posh that you can also get from Shop Monsieur. Going back to the eyes, I'm using a blending brush with that color Explore so that I can blend in the lower lash line with that liquid eyeshadow, wrapping it up with a little bit of mascara and adding another coat to the upper lashes as well. And finally, we seal everything with the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Makeup Mist. So this is the completed makeup look, so I hope that you enjoyed it, and yeah. Let me know in the description box if you want to see any more content like this, and subscribe. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.